Here and hit the record button. All right, well, good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. My name is Dr. Barbie Phillips, and I will be your host tonight for our New Year, New You workshop series. We are hosting an 8-week series, and we will be, just as a little bit of FYI to you, skipping January 31st, that Tuesday, but we will roll into February, completing our series, and are excited to bring information to you. So 6:30 Central Time each week on Tuesday. My name, again, Dr. Barbie Phillips, and I am a chiropractor for people and animals. My office is located south of Fargo, Oklahoma. A lot of people don't know there's another Fargo, but we are out in Fargo, Oklahoma. And I have been in business for 22 and a half years. So I'm excited to say we focus on natural health and wellness, and we hope to bring you some exciting information. My wonderful co-host tonight and for our 8-week series is Miss Kathleen. So I'm going to let her introduce herself tonight.
Good evening. I'm so glad to see all of you here tonight. Hi, I'm Kathleen Oliveri, and I don't live in Oklahoma. I live in Starkville, Mississippi, of all places. And I'm so glad to be here to share some things that Barbie and I have been talking about. I did work at Mississippi State University for 25 years. I'm retired from there, but in retirement, I still teach 2 classes. And then I have some online business ventures that I participate in. So let me tell you a little bit about our goal and what we want to do. Our goal with this is just to bring good educational topics to you on an ongoing basis to help your health and your quality of life. It's not just about life. It's about living and truly living and enjoying and being the best person that you can be. And these topics, and especially with the help of Dr. Barbie, will certainly be something that will help you in really enjoying your life. So tonight, we're talking about sleep, all about sleep. And you know what? It's one of those topics that really hits home to me. So I hope that we are going to share some things that Dr. Barbie and I have learned along the way that can help you get better sleep. So let's talk about what the CDC says about sleep, and prepare to be shocked about this, because I certainly was. Okay, so let me be sure I'm sharing the right information. 1 in 3 adults do not get enough sleep. 1 in 3. You think once kids are out of the house and things are better, then you can sleep better. But let me tell you, that is not the case. 1 in 3 adults don't get enough sleep. 40% report falling asleep during the day. I mean, raise your hand if that is you. I mean, 40% fall asleep during the day. 50 to 75% of people have chronic sleep issues. And all of this is from the CDC. Okay. This is startling. And this is something we need to really think about and address, because it doesn't just affect one person, it affects a lot of people. 1 in 20 fall asleep at the wheel. 1 in 20. Okay, scary. 73% of teens do not get enough sleep, and 30% of children overall don't get enough sleep. So Barbie, tell us more about this.
Those are actually pretty scary statistics. So we really want to not make light of this situation, that sleep is a really big deal. And so we need to make sure that we understand there are long-term effects of not getting enough sleep also. One of the things that can happen is we can have actually a loss of short-term or long-term memory. So if you happen to notice that maybe you're not remembering things as much lately, possibly it could be your sleep. That's good to know. Also, excess weight gain. We release different hormones, and when we don't get enough sleep at night, sometimes, or if we're under a lot of stress and we're not sleeping, then we can actually have weight gain. We get too much cortisol production, our thyroid can get off, our adrenal glands can be stressed, and so then we can pack on those pounds that none of us want. It also can weaken the immune system. We all probably know, but I'll just give you a gentle reminder that our body heals when we sleep. So if we're not getting enough sleep, this is really important to understand that we can get sick. So if you wonder why you're getting sick over and over and not getting better, possibly it could be those sleep patterns. And we get rid of viruses and bacteria when we have a better immune system, and we have a better immune system when we're getting enough rest. You also can have an increased risk for diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, all those things that can affect us. So who knew that not enough sleep can cause the organ stress? And then when our organs become stressed, we actually get physical problems. And those physical problems can be real big health challenges that can lead into problems later. It is important to understand, like Kathleen mentioned, people fall asleep at the wheel. So there is an increased risk of accidents. It could be from being drowsy, you fall asleep and, just wake yourself up all of a sudden and realize that, oh my gosh, that could have been a serious problem, an accident. Or at work, what if you're a heavy equipment operator and you're not getting enough rest? That's really a big deal. Or driving a truck and you have this big, massive vehicle that you're driving and you end up getting sleepy. So we really need to think of the bigger picture. Sometimes we don't really think of the big picture. And so I want you guys to really be thinking about that. Lack of sleep can also affect balance and coordination. So this is important to understand, that if we feel like we're maybe not as balanced or as coordinated as what we used to be, rest is a huge deal. And we also can have mood changes from lack of sleep. It could make you emotional, quick-tempered, depressed, making bad decisions. So if you haven't had enough rest, do not make any major decisions, would be an advice of mine.
You're going through this list, Dr. Barbie, and I'm just like, okay, I can just tell you the times that these things have happened to me as well. I certainly do get irritable when I have not had sleep, and decision making, oh my goodness, especially as I get older. But it really is important to understand that your body repairs itself when it sleeps. Think about it. How many times have you had dark circles under your eyes because you didn't get enough sleep? Now, I know Dr. Barbie can tell you the medical reason. What I know is that skin repairs itself when it sleeps. And if my body is not getting enough sleep, not only am I irritable and making bad decisions, it looks like it too. Your skin repairs overnight. And so if you want to help your skin, and that's an outward appearance thing, certainly sleep is going to be your best friend. If you're suffering from sleep issues, and if you're on here tonight, maybe you are, or at least, or you may know somebody who is. It may not be you, it may be your spouse or your significant other, your partner. And so we definitely want to talk about ways you can improve your sleep so you can have just a better quality of life. Because I really know that's something that Dr. Barbie stresses. And that's one reason I really like to listen to her and follow her, because she's about the holistic person, that quality of life.
Well, thank you, Kathleen. So let's talk about some ways to get back to a healthy sleep schedule. Number one on my list is eat a good, balanced diet. We don't want to be running through the fast food chains all the time. We want to decrease the amount of carbs and processed foods that we eat. Sugar is a big one. It can actually make you really tired the next day, or even feel depressed and lack of energy. So we want to think about what kind of sugars we are introducing to our body. That could be a whole nother topic about sugars and the effects. We want to exercise at least 30 minutes a day. Even just simple walking works. So movement is life. So get up and move. We want to make sure that we are not making excuses. How many times do we spend our time on worthless activities when we could actually just go take a gentle walk or do a little bit of stretching? So let's all hold ourselves accountable to that. Also, increase your water consumption can be recommended. It's recommended that you drink half your body weight in ounces per day of water, and more if you happen to be a caffeine drinker. Caffeine dehydrates the body, and so we need more water to replenish so that we can be movable, flexible, think clearer, all our organs and tissues work good, and this helps with our sleep as well. Limiting technology time, whether it is television, computers, iPads, cell phones, we want to limit some of that input to the brain, and especially shut it down about an hour before bedtime, because the interference that it causes to our brain before bed messes with our sleep patterns. And we want to make sure that we also understand that those screens that have color to them, like the blue lights coming off our cell phones, they really interfere with our nervous system. It's important to also understand that if you sleep with your phone near you, you will need it at least 6 feet away from you. Don't put it by your bedside. Really important to understand, because the electromagnetic frequency waves that come off of our cell phone and other electronic devices can interfere with our brain's activity and our rest patterns. Wi-Fi, that's another thing in the home. We all are around Wi-Fi all the time. So if you can shut your Wi-Fi off at night, it will actually help with sleep over time. Those are all important things to understand. And the last thing that is probably one of the more important things is we want to add healthy supplements to your daily routine, but not just any supplements. They're all not treated the same. Very important to understand that if we are getting good quality supplements, our receptor sites in our cells will absorb that to the cellular level, and our body can use that, even our organs and tissues. But if you go to generic brands or lesser quality of brands, you may even be buying synthetic brands, which are man-made in a lab somewhere. Guess what? The body cannot absorb those in the cell receptor sites. We are created with these unique abilities for our body to recognize what is good for us and what is not good for us. And it's just going to get passed through the body. You're going to waste your money, or you may even be putting toxins in your body that are not going to be good for you. So to tell you about a couple supplements that can help with your sleep, and I'm going to turn this over to Kathleen again.
Great. You know, I always learn something when Dr. Barbie is speaking. Okay, who knew that having this by your bed, it's not just the convenience of not having it by your bed, because I don't put it by my bed, but I just thought it was because it would tempt me to use it or to look at it. I had no idea there was a scientific reason for it, that the electromagnetic waves. Who knew? Thank you, Dr. Barbie.
You're welcome.
Always learning. So, and Teresa said that she has fallen asleep at the wheel before. And it's scary. I'm one of those that habitually falls asleep at the wheel until I started to take a certain supplement. It was just something that I've always had to deal with. So when I'm driving, I eat to keep awake. So it was doing something with my hands or talking on the phone, distracting myself so I could stay awake. But what I noticed is something really kind of interesting. When I started to take redox signaling molecules, I didn't fall asleep during the day, and I didn't fall asleep when I was driving. Two things that were huge for me, because when I was in meetings and working at Mississippi State or traveling a lot, I was falling asleep at meetings. It was a little embarrassing. And I just kind of chalked it up to, not getting enough sleep. And no, I wasn't. But the redox signaling molecules really helped me. And it wasn't something I was expecting. I wasn't expecting to not fall asleep. And it's all because I was sleeping better, a deeper sleep, things that I didn't really know what was going on in my own body. Certainly when you're surrounded by people like Dr. Barbie who knows these things, I just know how I felt, and I just knew the results, and the results were, things were different, and I didn't know why, and I certainly was not expecting the sleep patterns of my day to really change. So if you don't know what redox signaling molecules are, this is my foundation supplement that I use every day and has really helped me. And redox signaling molecules are native to our body. Your body produces these, so they're good for you, meaning they're non-toxic. There's no toxicity in taking this supplement, this quality supplement that actually is made in the United States. And it helps your cells heal themselves, which again, it all goes back to your cells are healthy, then your organs are healthy, then you are healthy. And it really has made the difference in so many different parts of my health. It does help protect against free radical damage, and it does help do all these different things in your body, but it also helps open up 5 genetic pathways for your body. And that includes inflammation, autoimmune, hormonal, digestion, and cardiovascular. So those 5 different genetic pathways, the redox signaling molecules opens it up. Again, this is my foundation supplement. I start every day with this. This is really, to me, what has made the big difference in my life. And not falling asleep at the wheel and not falling asleep during the day is a game changer for me. And it was something I had suffered through my entire life with, but not anymore. So to me, that's really great. Now, Barbie, before I go on, is there anything else about the ASEA redox signaling molecules you want to add to that?
That has been a really effective product.
579.
That has been a really effective product for me as well. And I will say, when we start products like that, we need to remember that sometimes it takes time for our body to heal from the inside out. So it's important to understand that when we're taking something like the redox molecules, we didn't get the way we are or imbalanced the way we are overnight. So it's important just to give it enough time to work. So.
Okay, I was not expecting the redox signaling molecules to work like that. So it wasn't something that just happened overnight. It was all of a sudden I realized, wait a minute, I'm driving and I'm not falling asleep, or I did not realize those things. So it just takes time. The second thing that I use to help with better sleep, I'm 56 years old and sleep is kind of, things change. I mean, with women, are we ever the same? No, our bodies are constantly changing. And so my sleep has changed a little bit. And I noticed that the sleep was not doing as good a job. I wasn't doing as good a job sleeping, and that really bothered me. But I have been taking something else that has really been helping, and I take it at night. And I didn't realize that the Redox Mood would help me sleep. So let me tell you about this Redox Mood. This Redox Mood is a powder that you put in your water and you drink. So you just tear it, pour it in some water, shake it up or stir it, and then you drink it. But it's Redox Mood. You're thinking, but how does mood help with sleep? Well, it naturally regulates your mood, which means it promotes calmness. It promotes a decreased feelings of anxiety and depression. What I was noticing is that I was getting anxious about life, about adult children, about things in general. And I couldn't calm down to go to sleep. But the Redox Mood, when I take this, and when you take it over time, it does have a compounding effect. And it helps me calm down. My body, it doesn't have that tightness, that stress. It relaxes my body. And it allows me to go to sleep. It regulates those stress hormones as well. But the best thing about this, so like I can take this at night, wake up the next morning and feel good. I don't have that sluggishness or that grogginess like with other medications. I do take, before I started to take this, I was taking one of those PM medications at night. But what I found the next morning, I was sleeping. I couldn't do the things I normally do because I was sluggish and groggy. But the Redox Mood has helped me tremendously in calming my body, promoting that balance, and it helps with those feelings of, like I said, the anxiety and depression, and helps me go to sleep. So the combination of this 1-2 punch right here has been my go-to. This takes time. This doesn't take as much time because this is something that you're not going to go, oh my gosh, I just feel better. No, it just promotes calmness. And if you just allow it to take time to work, and it will help you. So again, these are my 2 go-tos that have been instrumental in my sleep patterns and helping me sleep. So Dr. Barbie, what else do you have to say about the Redox Mood, perhaps?
A couple of things I would like to add, Kathleen, is one of the key ingredients is GABA. And if you look up at the benefits of that, it really helps promote calmness. And the other one that I really love about this product is the ashwagandha root extract. And all those calming effects can come from those, but that also has vitamin B5 in it. And this can be calming to the nervous system. So when you calm the nervous system overall down, then you start to have less things like legs that don't want to go to sleep and all those other types of conditions that's affected by your nerves. So calm the nerves, calm the body, you have a more restful night. But I might also mention, as we're talking about products, we do not want to claim to diagnose or treat any medical condition. We are just giving some information that has been beneficial to us and also information that's been beneficial to my clients. But if you have questions, be sure and want to refer you back to your doctor for that.
Exactly. And if you do any research or look on any things about sleep and other things, the ingredients that Dr. Barbie mentioned, the ashwagandha, huge. People are talking about that everywhere. But what I like about this is it doesn't, there are no harmful ingredients in this. You can feel good about taking this because it's not one of those typical things that you can take that has harmful ingredients in it. These are good, clean, thoughtful ingredients, and they're sourced really well to help do the things that it's supposed to do.
Well, Kathleen, thank you for that information. And there was a question in the chat about, is this being recorded to share? Yes, we are recording this. We will have it up soon on my YouTube channel. We will post this to Facebook as well. But if you want a link sent to you, just reach out to me on Facebook. And that is the best way to get me through Instant Messenger. And that's Barbie Phillips on Facebook. And we will be happy to be able to share this information with you. And please share it with your friends, your family, invite them to the Zoom call. We are going to wrap up tonight, and we are going to share next week. We have a topic that I think you're really going to love, and share some great information, and that's going to be on mental focus and clarity. So we hope to bring you some more good information that you can also have some solutions to right away that you can implement. If you do have questions about the products that Kathleen mentioned tonight, please reach out to Kathleen or myself. We are happy to share information with you. And Kathleen, do you have any closing comments?
I'm just so glad to see these bright smiling faces here. And if you do have questions, let us know. And if we can do anything to help you, that's what we want to do. And I'm just sharing things that have worked for me. And these certainly have worked for me. And I hope that you join us again next week as well.
Yes, so thank you for everyone that participated tonight. We are so happy to see everyone, and tune in next week, Tuesday, on same place, same time, 6:30, and that's Central Time. And we will see everyone next week and talk about another great topic. So everyone have a great night. Good night.